welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Vlogmas video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my 4-month update after having my gastric bypass on the 2nd of September. I've been doing these check-ins every 4 weeks, so today I am 16 weeks post-surgery, so I'm going to tell you all the things that I've noticed this month, anything that's changed, anything that I've experienced, and then at the end of the video I will let you know how much weight I've lost this month and how much weight I've lost in total. If this is the first time that you're clicking on to one of my videos, hello, thank you so much for joining. My name's Trina-Louise. I've been documenting this whole surgery journey from my pre-op diet to the surgery itself, and then ever since I've been doing monthly check-ins, Q&As. I did my first what I eat in a day video, and there's plenty more of those to come. So if you're interested in weight loss surgery and my journey as a whole, then please do subscribe and stick around because I have so much more content to come. And if you enjoy this video, if you could give it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. So the past 4 weeks have just whizzed by so quickly with everything with Vlogmas and work and life and Christmas. I feel like I blinked and the past 4 weeks have just disappeared. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but I don't know how it's been 4 weeks since I sat down and did one of these videos. And I don't think I've noticed like the most drastic changes in terms of like side effects or things I'm experiencing in the past month. And I think that's because I'm sort of settling into my journey now. There are a few things that I've noticed and a few things that have changed, so I will update you on those, but it does feel like I'm sort of getting into the swing of things a little bit. There's still some things I'm figuring out and still some things that I'm finding sometimes a little bit harder, sometimes a little bit easier, because this is a journey and it is ever changing, is what I'm very much realizing. But it does feel like I'm starting to get into like, I know what to expect to an extent. Like, it's not like anything that's happened in the past month has been a drastic surprise. I think the one thing that has been something that I've noticed this month that I haven't really noticed in the past months is a little bit of hair loss. Now, hair loss is a side effect that a lot of us who've had weight loss surgery experience. And I think there's 2 reasons from my understanding. And one of them is that actually hair loss is a side effect of any surgery, I think, or most surgeries, and it's because your body has been through some trauma. And so there is a risk of hair loss there, but also, especially with weight loss surgery, you struggle to get all the nutrients in that you need, especially to begin with when you can't eat as much. And so it makes sense that you do suffer from a little bit of hair loss. Now, I am on vitamins and like I have B12 injections, I have daily vitamins, I have calcium tablets. I have all of these things to help me to make sure that I'm getting all of the nutrients that I need into my body. But I have to admit, I hadn't been the best at taking my vitamins. I would miss them here and there. I've never really experienced, other than a short period of taking antidepressants, I've never really experienced having to take tablets every day, and I just didn't get into the routine. And I think I was starting to notice a little bit of hair loss more than I had done in previous months. And when I tell you that scared me into taking my vitamins, it scared me into taking my vitamins. So I've maybe missed a day here and there, but I'm doing a million times better than I was. Just being completely transparent, I'm not perfect, and I have definitely made a few mistakes on this journey, and not keeping on top of my vitamins has been one of them, because I've noticed since I have been doing that it is a lot less. Now, I have a lot of hair and I always shed hair. I've always been the person that brushes her hair and there's hair everywhere. Like, I've got a lot of it and it is thick, but I was definitely noticing in the shower that a lot more hair was coming out, not like loads. And to be honest, I've been so hyper aware of it that it might not have even been that much more than normal when I wasn't really paying attention, but I could tell that it was more and it was scaring me a little bit. So since I've been on top of my vitamins, I'm still seeing a little bit, but nowhere near as much as I was. And I did ask my nurse, because I've been told that you can take like biotin and hair and nail vitamins and things like that. And she said, to be honest, if you're getting your nutrients, your vitamins, your protein, drinking enough water, like if you're hitting all of your targets and all of your goals, then those extra vitamins aren't going to do anything to help. But I am still quite tempted to try, because I know that people talk about success that they have had with them. So if you've gone through surgery and you've experienced hair loss throughout that journey, maybe let me know down in the comments, and let everyone else know down in the comments if there's anything that you tried that you thought genuinely helped you. because I'd be so interested to hear about that and interested to try some things out. Like I said, much better now that I'm on top of my vitamin game and just making sure that I take them every day. I can tell there's been a drastic difference, and I know that this is very temporary. Like that's what my nurse has told me, that's what most people I see on weight loss forums say, is that it is a temporary thing and that it does pass. So I'm trying not to be too hung up on it, but it did scare me a little bit, and probably rightfully so. It scared me into taking responsibility and taking my vitamins, which are so important, because I cannot get everything that I need through diet alone now. Like, I knew when I went into this surgery that I would take vitamins every day for the rest of my life. It's just taken me a little while to get into the routine of that, but now I feel like I'm getting there, which is really good. So here's a reminder to anyone out there who's had weight loss surgery: take your vitamins. If you haven't taken them today, go and take your vitamins, because yeah, it's a bit difficult to get into that routine. So if anyone has any advice on how I can get into more of a routine with taking my vitamins and my calcium tablets, please let me know. And also, if anyone knows where I can get calcium tablets that aren't like those chalky chewable ones, because I hate them, please let me know. Like, is there like a gummy calcium, or I don't know, is there some kind of alternative out there? Because I know that you have to chew it because of the way that it's absorbed. I don't fully understand that. So if anyone does, in the comments, let me know. But I really don't like the chalky taste of those chewable calcium tablets that we get prescribed. So anyone who has alternatives, please let me know. One other thing that I've really noticed, and I think I noticed this last month and I talked about it a little bit, so I won't go on too much, is how much my hormones play with my appetite. So I have been on the implant for, well, it's something like 16, but mine ran out for a couple of months between September and now. I've got my new one in, thank goodness. But for various reasons, mine ran out. And because of when my surgery was and then a wait time to get a new one put in, I had a couple of months without a active implant, like it had passed its effective date. So I started getting periods again for the first time in a very long time. And it really played with my like hunger hormones and appetite, because whilst I was on my period, I was hungry all the time. Like, I felt like I was starving, and I don't really feel that. Like, obviously I don't know what starving feels like. I'm very lucky and privileged to not know what that true starving feeling feels like, but I was feeling very hungry. But then I would come to eat and the restriction would be the same. So my brain would be screaming that I was hungry, and I'd have a few mouthfuls and I would be overly full. And it was just like a battle between head and body. And I'm so glad that I've got my implant put back in, and I'm hoping that it just stops my periods like it has done before, because I just cannot cope with that. It was so horrible. Like, I've had it twice now, because I've had 2 periods since my surgery, and it's really difficult when your brain is screaming one thing and your body is saying, no, you are not hungry, please don't put any food into me. So if anyone else experiences that, I really feel for you, because it's not very nice. And I'm sure that over time it's something that I would get used to if I sort of had regular periods, which I don't with my implant. But yeah, it's not been very nice. I haven't enjoyed that at all. So I have absolute sympathy for anyone who experiences that, because it's a really strange thing when your head and body aren't in sync. I have had a few challenges with it being the Christmas period. So there's been a lot of like fun picky lunches at work, or going out for dinner, or like we had my family round last night and there was cheese and crackers and sweets and chocolate and just everything. And it has been a little bit of a challenge. Like, I did eat a few too many like bits of cheese at our Christmas party at work, but it hasn't been anywhere as much of a challenge as I expected it would be. Like, I've been able to control myself. I've made a few slip-ups here and there where I've maybe eaten a little bit too much, but it hasn't been anywhere near as difficult as I thought. And I think for me, I've found the key is to not have the food in front of me. Like, when it's there, I pick, and you're a bit more mindless when the food's in front of you. So like, like today we went out for breakfast with my family, and when I was finished, like I put my napkin on my plate so that I physically couldn't eat anymore, because I think that's the trick for me, is out of sight, out of mind. So I need to remember that as I go into the Christmas period, not to have food in front of me that I don't want to or that I can't eat, because that's when it becomes a risk of me just mindlessly putting more food into my body. So I think that's a trick, is to have in front of you what you want to eat and what you plan to eat, and then when you've finished, get the food away from you. And if you can avoid over Christmas having so many like things in front of you, I think for me that's going to be really, really helpful. So one tactic that I have in mind to help me get through the festive period is that I'm going to serve all my own food, because if someone serves me what they think is the right portion and it's too much food, I might be tempted to eat it because it's on my plate. So I'm going to make sure I serve all my own food and try and not have things in front of me that I could accidentally mindlessly pick on. But I'm pleasantly surprised at how okay it's been. Like, it hasn't been the easiest. I've had a lot of temptation, and like I said, I've had a few slip-ups where I've misjudged what I could eat, but it hasn't been anywhere near as difficult as I thought it would be. So I'm really happy about that, because I've been a bit worried about coming into this season and really being challenged by it. And yes, it is a challenge, but it hasn't been anywhere near as bad as I thought it would be. So I'm really relieved about that. So it's been really nice knowing that I can actually handle this challenging period, because yeah, Christmas is a period that I've been a little bit worried about, but it's not going too bad so far. Obviously the real challenge is yet to come, but I think that I've got good people around me who know what my situation is, who are going to support me. And I think taking some of those tactics, like I said, like serving myself, not having too much food in front of me, I think those things will really help. But if you have any tips for the festive period, for anyone else who's going through this journey, then please do let us know in the comments, because I'd really love to hear. Like, I'm a novice at this, I'm still very much learning, so I'd really appreciate any tips or tricks that you've got, any advice that you can give. So I have really, for the first time in the past 4 weeks, started to notice like the physical change in my body. I've gone down a dress size, so I was a 28 to a 30, more of a 30. I'm now a 28, and I think that in some places I'm a 26. It's really difficult with the sizing, because like a 28 in one shop is not the same as a 28 in a different shop, so it's really hard to get that right. So I am sometimes slipping up in videos where I'm ordering one size and then it turns out that that's too big or it's too small. You know, like, one of the main reasons I started this channel is because sizing is so difficult. So it's not a surprise that with my body changing, I'm still struggling to get the right size. But I would say I'm definitely a 28 now, and I think I probably will be a true 26 in the not too distant future. And I've been doing a massive declutter of my wardrobe, just to make sure that I'm not keeping hold of clothes that are too big for me, and that pieces that are on the edge of becoming too big, I'm getting wear out of them before they are too big. But I'm also seeing it myself for the first time. Like, I can see that I've lost weight in my face, I can feel it in my shoulders, my chest, 100%. Like, none of my bras fit. I finally got to a place where I had a few bras that fit me well, and now they don't. So I would love some advice on that. Anyone who's gone through a journey like this, what do you do about bras? Because I obviously don't want to keep buying bras, and my size is probably going to change quite a few times. What do you do about it? Do I just have to suck it up and just buy like a couple of bras every like 2 months or something? Like, how did you manage the whole bra journey? I would love to hear like advice on that. And if it's just that I need to suck it up and get measured quite regularly and buy new bras, then so be it. But I really don't want to keep wasting money on bras, because bras are expensive. So any advice that you have on that. But I'm also noticing that my tummy is smaller. Like, I can't necessarily see it the most, but I can feel it. Like, when I touch my stomach, I can feel that it doesn't feel the same. It feels like there's less there. So that's been an interesting experience, because I've never lost weight properly before. Like, I've lost a stone, maybe a stone and a half, and that's all I've ever managed to lose. So it's really interesting seeing your body change like that. And it isn't anything too drastic at the moment. Like, it's still like not the most noticeable. It's definitely noticeable. I completely agree that it is definitely noticeable now, but it's not sort of drastic drastically noticeable, but it is a really interesting experience to go through when you've never really had that before. So I am starting to notice it. I'm also noticing that my energy levels are again increasing. I can do a lot more, I can walk more, I get less tired, I feel a bit more physically able. Like I've noticed that I'm sitting in different positions on the floor that I wouldn't have been able to before. Like I can cross my legs in different ways, or I can kneel in a different way. Like I'm just starting to notice that my body can do things that it couldn't quite manage before. So this is the part that I'm the most excited about, like the energy and fitness and ability to do things. And when Christmas is over and I'm not doing Vlogmas and things are a little bit less manic in my life, I'm going to be going back to the gym, which I'm really excited about. I just haven't had the capacity to do it whilst I've been posting every day. So after Christmas, in the new year, I'm going to be aiming to go to the gym a couple of times a week. I want to do something like Pilates or yoga, and I want to do a like body pump class, and I think that they'll give me a good range of activity. I might even throw a spin class in there when I'm feeling brave again, because I used to love spin classes. Like there was a point in time where I was going to spin like 3 times a week, and I even did like a couple of back-to-back classes, and this was only a couple of years ago. So I'm really looking forward to getting back into that, because this is one of the main reasons I did the surgery, to be able to do more. And it's really nice to start seeing those changes coming, but I'm really excited for that in the new year, where I can really start to see those changes hopefully more drastically. So that's been a really positive thing for me to notice. So I think that's probably a good summary of what the past 4 weeks have been. Like I said, it hasn't been drastically different to the 4 weeks before, but I am noticing things. I'm feeling things, I'm seeing things, I'm noticing things. So that's been nice to see sort of the fruits of the hard work that I've been putting in, and to start noticing things myself. So I do think that it's going to be more subtle changes, because I've probably been through the biggest changes now. So I think each month it's going to be sort of subtle changes, but they still deserve attention paying to them, so that I can tell you like the full extent of my experience. So now in terms of weight loss, let's start with how much I have lost in the past 4 weeks. So in the past 4 weeks, I have lost 15.6 pounds, and I am so over the moon. So that's just over a stone I've lost in the past 4 weeks, which is just incredible, and also so nice because I have been living a bit more. I've gone out for dinner with work. I've had a couple of like Christmas lunches. I've had my party last night, and whilst I haven't overindulged, I've definitely had treats here and there. So it's really, really nice and reassuring to know that I can have a treat here and there, be balanced with it, and still lose weight. So that's just been incredible, because like I've said many times, I didn't go into this surgery to live a really strict, restricted life. I went into this surgery to have a healthier, more balanced approach to food and diet, and so I'm really glad to see that that is possible. So that's just, yeah, I am genuinely over the moon. So over the moon with that. What's that a week? So over a week, so if we do 15.6 divided by 4, that's just under 4 pounds a week, which is just amazing. I'm so happy. I know I've been in some of these updates before and been like, I don't feel like I've been losing what I was expecting to, but 4 months in to be losing just under 4 pounds a week, I'm so over the moon with that. That means in total, since my pre-op diet started, I've now lost 74 pounds, which it really blows my mind. I'm genuinely over the moon about that. I hit last week, I think it was, I hit 5 stone loss, because 70 pounds is 5 stone. I'm now 74, so I'm approaching 5.5, sorry. But losing 5 stone felt like a milestone to me. It's that first like solid number, like it's like 5 and then 10. I don't know, it's just been so exciting to hit that milestone, and it really has felt like an achievement. And I've really not been paying too much focus to the scales. Like I've got so much better at that with this last month. Like in previous updates, I've talked about how I've been too attached to the scales, and I've been letting the number define how I felt, and I feel like I've got so much better at that in the past month. So I'm really grateful, because this has never been about the number. number on the scale. It's been about how I feel in myself. But it is also nice, like I am on a weight loss journey. It is nice to see the numbers on the scale go down, but it's also really nice that I've been thinking more about like what I can do and my energy levels and seeing those changes rather than the focus on the number on the scale. So I'm really glad that that change has come about, but I'm just 5 stone. I'm so happy with that. I'm so happy with that. And I now am in the next like weight bracket. I was in the 300s. I'm now into the 200s, into the 200 pounds. So that has also felt like a bit of a milestone for me to get into the 200 pounds range. So yeah, I'm just really happy with how the past month has gone. I'm still not in a routine with meals. My restriction changes every day, my appetite changes every day, my desire for food changes every single day, and I think I'm just accepting that that's a part of it. I do want to start following more like weight loss people on YouTube and like Instagram that share meal ideas and things like that, because I am still struggling for meal ideas. So if there's anyone that you follow that you think I should follow, please let me know down in the comments, because I really do need that inspiration, because I feel like I've said this in the past 2 updates that I'm really struggling for like meal ideas and inspiration. So I need to tackle that. That's a big goal for me in the next month before the next update, to really get on top of having meal ideas and being inspired to cook and things like that. So any suggestions you've got would be greatly appreciated. So that's it for this month's update. Like I said, it's just, I'm so happy with how this past month has gone. I'm over the moon. The amount that I've lost, I'm just so happy with that, and even more so the changes that I'm truly starting to feel, and I cannot wait to feel more changes in the future, to do more, to physically be able to do more is something I'm so excited about. And we keep talking about all these plans that we have for when I feel more physically able to, and I'm so excited. 2023 is going to be my year of doing the things that I've dreamt of doing, but my size has held me back from before. So if you want me to do a video where I talk about like my list of things that I want to do when I feel physically able to, let me know, because I think that would be really motivating for me to do. So I would actually be so up for that. So let me know if you want to see that video. Right, I'm going to wrap this one up, but thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, I'm always collecting questions for my next Q&A, so please leave any questions in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.